Hello everybody and welcome back to Kentucky Route Zero. So it is now, I think, 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. I kind of made a gross miscalculation when I was recording this series, and I thought I actually had a couple days before the release of the final episode. And now here it is, literally the day of the final episode, and I'm trying to now catch up. But I'm going to try and record a few videos tonight. I usually break down the episodes into about 50 to 45 minutes episodes, so I think if I play and probably get 1 or 2 episodes tonight, I should be able to catch up, but we'll see. But I'll have them out and I'll still release them even if I have to turn around and double up or something. So anywho, last episode Lula has showed up. We also encountered Xanadu and some other stuff that happened. The game's weird. I really don't know what's going on, but it seems like Xanadu somehow affects Kentucky Route Zero. Kentucky Route Zero seems to be some sort of frequency. I don't know, but I don't know. Maybe by the end we'll start understanding what's going on. I still think he's just dead and he's just reliving certain things in his life, and all this is just somehow tied to him in some form or fashion. But anywho, let's get back to it. So, Lula. To Donald. You really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I've met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So this is what became of our project. Oh, I've made some additions. Joseph stole the data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill. Yeah, I know. He published his version, actually. I'm sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. We've been looking for you. So you found the address data? Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, will you be a dear and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street name collision, Dogwood Drive. Also, if it sounds like I'm being quiet, again, it's 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock at night. I'm not trying not to disturb my neighbors. Either that or they'll get over it. Let's see. Wasn't the Bureau going to process it? I insist. I have cycles to spare. I'll just pack my pipe and get to it. I should only be an hour or so. Andrew will carry it over to... I'll be at the Bureau for the rest of the night. Just market private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the Bureau from here? The bridge. Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Sentimental. Now we too recede into history. Good night, Donald. Meet me at the Bureau, and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise until you find the Bureau. Quietly. Between us, I think you should drive. Huh. Okay. Backpack. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's full of empty wine bottles and library books. Someone has left a portable tape recorder on the path. It doesn't appear damaged, but there's no tape to play or record. bookshelf was carried only part way up the path here before the project was abandoned. It's still useful. The peak of the spire is crowded anyway. A sensible modern electric lantern has been left here. The batteries have long since died. Wait, were all these the items that I had encountered in that game? You know, I was only halfway joking when I turned around and said, well, I mean, I was completely joking when I turned around and said that, oh, this is just a game within a game within a game. Apparently it seems to be true now. What's up, Blue? Thanks for waiting, Blue. What have you been doing? Keeping Johnny here company? I couldn't understand what the song was this time around since it was kind of an echo. Also, my headphones were turned down, so I can't really hear. If I turn the volume up, it's going to affect the recording and it's going to be even louder, so... But I'm sure it probably eerily refers to death in some form of fashion, or something ending in some form of fashion. What happened up there? I'm actually not sure. That's pretty much the theme of the game. Very mysterious, ma'am. Wait, so we're on the other side of... Did they turn it around, or... Is this the other side of the bridge? This is the other side of the bridge, I think. I don't know. So I'm supposed to go counterclockwise until I see the cathode ray. Yep. Now I just go around until I run into the bureau. The sprocket. I don't know why, but the game's music and the atmosphere is oddly peaceful. It makes me sleepy. And we're at the bureau. Act 3, Scene 11. Mother of God, how long is this chapter? Hey, see that cat over there? No, I don't actually. Oh, that cat. Think she'd eat some bread? Maybe we should leave a crust or two behind and she'll go for it when she's comfortable. Wait, I can't actually leave anything behind for the cat? Come on now. I want to be nice to the cat. Wait, where's Conway? Lula. Oh, she's a receptionist now. Here you are. Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. You're not too busy? If I'm in the middle of something, I just let the phone ring. It's soothing in a way. It's a good way to get fired. The results just came in by courier. Good news. Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I had Rick oh God. I thought that said crisscross for some odd reason. I had Rick cross-reference their results against some of our records. He found a corresponding mail stop on the Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well. I'm sure you can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I have to get back to packing. Are you going somewhere? I might. I'm feeling impulsive, and I'd like to be ready. Maybe back to Mexico. It's been years. They still have one of my sculptures in a museum down there, did you know? Big, ugly iron thing. Time to have it scrapped anyway. Safe travels. Try to stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks, and deep. I wonder if we'll ever go to the distillery. How long do we have to wait? Oh, who knows? Alright, what happened? To Conway. Up to you. It's okay. You can tell them. It doesn't matter anymore. Fine. So, we were in that graveyard. You saw a grave with your name on it, didn't you? Act 3, Scene 12. Mother of God. Where the strangers come from. Oh, great. This is exactly what I want to see at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. It's funny how it lets me re-choose things. Worth a look inside. I guess. I want to stay outside. Why? I think I saw a lizard. I'll stay with him. Okay, we'll make it quick. And now there's a slight chill down my spine. Great. Oh, and I get creepy music too. Wonderful. The church floor is cold metal, scuffed and flexed by unknown boot heels. I don't know what I expected. The strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Donald's a stranger. Hell, you and I are practically strangers. Listen, earlier in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but what did you find down there? When I saw Weaver, she was on TV. I was testing a pretty simple tube repair, flipping through channels to check the saturation, and she was just there. It was kind of horrible. I mean, I told you she disappeared, suddenly, ran away, but you thought she was dead. Yeah, I guess I don't like to say it. Dead. And then, the next time I flipped to channel 2, Weaver. It's burned into my vision. Now, she's standing in a room. The walls are a blank kind of gray. There's tape on the walls, like markings. And desk. A classroom, maybe? The camera is in the corner, so it's this sort of 45-degree angle into the room, and there's Weaver right in the center of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. Hell, I think I stopped breathing. Eventually she spoke, but there was no real sound. Just this awful hum. I read the closed captions. She said to go to the mine. I'd find something there. I can't remember her exact words. Whenever I try, I get distracted. Fuzzy. Shannon coughs into her sleeve. It's so dusty in here, right? Yeah, real dusty. You think with all these holes on the ceiling. What the hell was that? Did you hear that? Must have been the church settling. Must have. Okay. The church pew is an elevator. I should be surprised. There's a skeleton as a preacher. I really should be surprised, and I'm not. I'm really not. What? I'm the skeleton. Oh, even better. Visitors. The stranger activates the tape player slung on his shoulder. A crackly drawl echoes in the room. It is patient and sounds like it should be smiling. Doolittle. My regrets. Hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. I guess you're here about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. Horrible business. What's this job? Certainly. I'll tell you everything you need to know. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there is a place for you here. I'll just take you over to meet the dispatcher. Show you the trucks. Get you familiarized. We can converse as we go. So this is how he became a driver? What is this place? Some kind of factory? Yeah, maybe. But for what? Why hidden away like this? And what's that smell? Like bread. Baking bread. Please, follow me. What can I do? I'm not sure what that did. I'm also not sure what's going on, but that's kind of no. Wait. Okay. I have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is for your safety, and adjust your outfits just a bit. There is some protective headwear up on the wall back there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. We don't wear glasses. So, that won't be an issue. Well, do us a favor and put on the headwear. Anyway, just this way. What? They're minors. Okay. Wow, check this stuff out. It must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition. How do you think they keep it like that? Maintenance, old man. I bet it's someone's job around here. Probably hard to keep all the dust out. You know, underground. That's why I got into the business, to keep old stuff like this running. Seemed like such a shame to let it just fall into ruin, you know? Like the computer back in the cave, Xanadu. Wait, what? Oh, right, that is after that. Okay. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy, all petrified into living stone. How can you just let that fall apart? That's fair, I guess. It is impressive when you see old things around still. It's thousands of years old. More new arrivals this evening. Plenty to do. Got to relay the formula. What job are they working? I don't know that it's been settled just yet. You see, sometimes we take on newcomers already in debt to the distillery. One of the foremen will find something for them to do, chip away at their sum until it's all settled. Oh, so this is the distillery? That's what I'm doing here. Chipping away. That's what we're all doing. Or is this like Nirvana? And they're paying off their sins or something? I keep assuming that everything is a metaphor. Here's the fleet. Haha. Oh, we just use these to get around internally. How big is this place? Oh, it's grown a great deal over the years. Incredible to think, really. When Mr. Bishop founded this operation, it was only about 1,800 square feet, and half of that or more was occupied by camouflage to keep the law out. Hiding out in the back of an old church purifying spirits by handmade fire, a kettle, and a dream. So the trucks are just east a ways in shipping. You can become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see something that catches your eye. Always happy to show off the facilities. Sublime machinery. Okay. Is there anything over here? Well, there is stuff over there, but I can't go that far. Okay. Logistics. Shipping. You really needed to drive over there? Really? Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course, what kind of experience do you have driving trucks? I drove deliveries for an antique shop up until this last run. Aha, precious cargo. You'll do just fine. And you can drive safely, can't you? I haven't any doubt about it. I haven't any doubt now. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. What happened with Miguel this evening? Well, the dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes a moment, or simply hit a curve too devilish. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company, and slow to anger. But if we're speaking confidentially, well, with all that lost product to be repaired, bourbon and glass dashed across the interstate, and a few casts too, we're all just thankful he had no next of kin. So that's what happened. He had an accident. Miguel had an accident. Okay. So maybe we're not dead yet. That dashes that theory, but maybe I died some other way. I don't know. So let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. Doolittle starts the truck and switches on the CB radio. A deep, monotonous voice drones from the dashboard speaker. 1020 on that load, come back. Radio voice number 1. Up in the Hummingbird Cave, 1012. City Kitty. What? Into the radio. This is a good time, dispatch. We may have found Miguel's replacement. Thought you might like to get acquainted. 10-9, come again. To Conway. Introduce yourself. Pleased to meet you? Tell dispatch something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. You folks know anything about a moldy old computer? 99 Wilt holder. You gotta pay the water bill. What? Ah, so. I'm certain they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? Don't tell me the light company has control over water as well. Jesus Christ. Okay, things to check out. Windshield wipers. Control the wipers with this knob here. Do little fiddles with the controls. They seem to have a decent torque to them, eh? Can't say how they'd fare in an ice storm, but we must never delay shipment. Better to assume the risk. You folks watch the weather closely? I wouldn't know it if I saw it. Too many years of climate control. Have I mentioned I rarely, if ever, leave our facility? I wouldn't know the rain if it drowned me. I'm sure the wipers are fine. They ditched class for the day to drive in the rain. It was pointless to stay. All review. He was a lost cause, and she didn't need it anyway. She was smart, bored. It was time to cut out. Shitty day for it, though. 83 and biblical flood. They went to see a movie. It was some anonymous swashbuckler film about real men and women, real tights, real lips, fake blood. They brought a flask. They smoked cigarettes, drank awful hooch, whistled buckets of rain. She sang about someone she wanted once to have love. Brown hair curled around her ear. She had a voice like Scotch whiskey. They poured another drink, and another, and another. She worried it was getting dark out. Then it was getting light out. They ended up in someone else's field, in someone else's car. An early morning joyride, and a sunrise collision. She got on the bus, and he hiked back to his car. He sat in his car and went over some options. Chicago, Toronto, Barrow. It seemed like a bold and impulsive gesture at the time. As he pulled out of the parking lot, he removed his hand from the steering wheel for a moment and felt the car drift into a decision. Years later, he'd think of this as the moment he himself started drifting. Flashback. Interesting. I think they mentioned something, or something was mentioned before about Conway and drinking. He did drink a lot right there. Okay. Doolittle. A modest technology, but suited to the job, eh? Plenty good enough. Headlights work fine, see? Do little fiddles with the controls. That's important. Most of our product goes out at night. You can never know who you'll run into in the daylight, and dusk can be treacherously misleading with all the indirect light. The magic hour, eh? Magic hour, sure. To Conway. The angle of the sun at dusk and dawn means the light is mostly indirect reflections from the sky. Everything looks like a movie. It's all a bit softer. Conway had to get off the highway. Too loud, too murky. He turned off into some gray cornfield in Indiana. There are a lot of cornfields in Indiana. Empties rattled under the passenger seat. He kept them over there so the smell wouldn't spread. That window was always open a crack. He had to pull over. He just needed a nap, even if he ran late. He was only human. He'd been out since the headlights were on. Didn't even stop for coffee. He cracked a beer at 3, eyes on the road. 4:30, he dodged some stray cattle. The headlights were coming back on. Rockford could wait. Early morning couldn't be much worse than late night. What could they care? He just needed a few hours. So, moving on. Oh, sure. I know you'll want to look. Kick the tires. That's a thing we do, isn't it? As though our knees could exert the kind of force these tires see out there on the road. We're more likely to hurt ourselves. Isn't it that way, eh? Sure, they're big machines, but they can be fragile. Absolutely. A truck deserves care and feel for respect. Like a glass elephant. Miguel was a good driver, but he didn't have the quality of deference. Conway sat in a dim room full of folding chairs. The walls and ceilings were painted with old smoke. Someone read from the book. He drank coffee, as it is. He listened. The speaker listed all the things we tried. That we, most people in the room, were probably there by court order. A few others shared. They spoke in abstractions like a program of action, a good orderly direction, spiritual but not religious, religious but not spiritual. All the things we tried. Then it was over. They clasped sweaty hands through a short prayer and stepped back into the morning. He knew it was time to hit the bar. It was good to get out of the heat, away from the mendacity. He settled into it. Someone else from the meeting was here, looking rough. He started a conversation. She was on a bender, a week in counting. She'd arrived at the meeting drunk and sat in the back because she didn't believe in it. She read a lot of French books and didn't believe in anything but the benign indifference of the universe. It was comforting in its way. She didn't have to prefer one thought or day over any other. All she had to do was drink and stay indifferent. Damn. Now what else can we show you? I thought the back literally meant back, like back out of this. Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We have some good strong folks in shipping here. Also, I think Conway is stuck. So you never need to worry about loading if you don't want to. Bit hard on the knees and back at our age, eh? Of course you'll have to unload at the destination, but that's a job. And some drivers like the extra shift, stacking and loading here. Did Miguel load his own trucks? He did. It was a jealously guarded task for him. If I didn't know the man better, hear me now, I say if I didn't know the man better, I may have suspected he was skimming off the top. Conway woke up on baled hay. Everything was too bright. His head hurt, the usual. Lysette and Ira argued loudly just outside the open barn door. She wanted Ira to take him inside and shower, have some coffee, get to the job. Ira said there wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It was an important job. They couldn't put it off. Ira said to let the deadbeat sleep it off and then send him packing. He said Charlie could do the job. Conway closed his eyes. They kept arguing. Lysette tried saying Charlie had schoolwork, that Conway could be roused. Ira said Charlie should earn his bed for the summer. Conway was a lost cause. Couldn't show up to the job bleary-eyed and smelling like booze. Iron was a stubborn man. So Charlie went along, and Conway drifted out again, and he didn't hear about the accident until months later. So, what's next? The truck's radio crackles back to life. Dispatcher, driver, come back. Ah, there's dispatch. Now, tell them about your experience. Tell them the truck's in good shape. Tell them you'll start in the morning. I've been driving for a number of years. Decades, dispatch. 1033 dispatch. Got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. 10-4. Back it down and prick your eyelids, driver. Come back, Lim. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder. 10-4. Got your ears on. Good. Listen to this. Silence. So, I think that went well. Let's head back up to logistics and seal the deal, eh? And I've got one more thing to show you. Why did everything go dark? And there's also creepy music playing. Let's head back upstairs, eh? I have one more thing to show you. Wait, we only came here looking for some answers about this stupid moldy computer. Oh, the old man in the cave with the moldy computer? That black mold, it's drawn to whiskey. It feeds on ethanol fumes, you see. As we age the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into the air. The angels share. Again, I feel like this is every little thing is about Conway's life. It's just a metaphor in some form or fashion. It goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up the mold, we can usually apply some pressure and cold to it. Squeeze and condense the angel's share back into drinkable whiskey. Every drop counts when you're making a living on this stuff. So we'd go down and scrape it off his equipment, just like any other place it grows. He kept sending his people here to drive us away. Paranoid. Truly paranoid. But now we have the formula, so we don't need to go collecting mold. One thing I know, that computer's been running for decades. Switch it off for a minute and let it rest. That'll get you going. I'm sure of it. So, join me upstairs? What is the point of that? If you don't mind, I'm gonna switch clothes again. Adding machine. Okay. Here it is. A beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know. What is it? Why, it's an adding machine. This is where we come for our daily ritual, to calculate the day's interest and repayment according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you'll do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired. Wait, we can't. It's customary here to start each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special. Mark the occasion. This is the top shelf stuff now. Single barrel. He doesn't. Down the hatch. Venom Momare Moors. Oh boy. This isn't gonna be good. Wait, when did Ezra and them get here? Decent enough. Welcome aboard. He's not working for you. We have to get back to this. He has a delivery to make. What's this? Not working. Are you turning down this opportunity? She's right. I have to make this, I'm disappointed. And I'm afraid that leaves us with a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is the top shelf stuff you're drinking now. It isn't cheap. If it's not your first shift drink, well, there's a matter of this tour just now. My time and experience are billed at quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You're in quite deep. By my back-of-the-envelope estimations, well, we have that in common, I suppose. All of us. Yes, I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. It's just the way of it. What's happening right now? You can start tomorrow. Take the time to settle your affairs. Of course, the interest begins to compound immediately, and, well, we'll go over the formula when you get there. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow, then. Oh, great. So it's like the Yakuza. I just made a mistake and did something I shouldn't have. So, I guess I start in the morning. I guess. I'm confused. Literally, I have been confused for quite some time now. It's just the way these things go, kid. Huh. Well, that still gives us a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry? And speak of the devil. So the boat's not making the no. Oh, God. Every time I feel like I'm at the peak of weirdness with this game. End of Act 3. Okay. Well then. Wonderful. I'm on a boat with Big Al, apparently. Great. Wait, that's a robot? Why do you need a robot that big? Like, really? Come on now. Manual. Wait. Manual. Oh, okay. 5.4 context backlash. General wear on the gestural gear mounting apparatus 5A1 may result in undesirable play between teeth in the context and history state machine gears, causing stuttering, slippage, resetting, and skipping. Guess it could be slippage. Will. Okay, he was the one that said that. Manuel. Wait, is that manual? Wait, that's gotta be manual, not Manuel. I don't know. If left unresolved, gear slop can gradually throw limbs out of alignment, blend motions, and decontextualize gesture. Okay, he's reading the manual. See also section 1.8 general troubleshooting and 5.3 gesture context. Okay, look, we all know people don't read the instruction manuals. That's not even a thing anymore. Come on now. You Google it. Well, I don't think this is set in the past, so. Okay. What else is in here? Table of contents. 0. Introduction. 1. Installation. 2. Orientations. 4. Order of operations. 3. Passage of time. Wait, what? 5. Gestures. 6. Final notes. Why is that out of order? Maybe auto read it back to front. My savior, our friend is in a bad way. Any insight? Time to put the mammoth out the pasture wheel. Oh, I feel certain she's got a few trips left in her. If only she had a more capable surgeon. Sadly, mechanics are in short supply down here. I think the setting is too romantic. Scares them off. Yeah, big ass elephant. Well, big ass mammoth. That's what's gonna really just kind of scare me off. And what brings you down to the Echo tonight? I always end up here eventually. The river is like that. It always has been. We picked you up at the Bureau tonight. Never seen you that far upriver before. I hope that doesn't mean you've been traveling on the Zero. The Bureau has great acoustics. You've got that right. Wow. I could sit in there for hours. Just listen to my breath reverberate through that weird architecture. Still, it's always good to be back on the river. I've been traveling this river for more than half my life, more or less alone. I think I've seen it change quite a bit in all those years. But I can't say for sure. The water has a peculiar way of making a person forgetful. Some nights I remember a place, but it's full of strange new people. And some nights I meet an old friend on an unfamiliar shore. I wonder which kind of night this is. Act 4, Scene 1. The Mucky Mammoth. Well, alrighty. Gonna stop it right there. We finally made it through Chapter 3, and now we're on to Chapter 4. So, I'm going to continue to record. It's just, I'm going to go ahead and end it here so I can cut it and mix up some things or whatnot. And also so I can get something to drink because I sound like a gravelly old man. I am an old man, but I am not a gravelly old man. So, thank you for watching. See you.